goes down to the legacy of what she's doing and the way she's driving participation at grassroots boxing for girls walking into amateur boxing clubs, because I see it with my own eyes. I see it with my daughters, you know, driven and inspired by Katie Taylor. For me, it's no competition, the greatest female fighter that's ever lived.
Radio Raheem right down here in the front. Congratulations on another victory. Yeah. This fight was another razor-thin margin. How do you compare your performance tonight to the first fight?
I think it was a very different fight tonight than the first time. I started off probably a bit slow, and I changed up in the second half of the fight where I just stood there and fought with her. But I think I definitely landed the bigger punches tonight. Especially the second half of the fight, and that's actually what won me the fight in the end, I feel. But you're right, another really close fight. Two epic fights, two very close decisions, and I'm just proud to be part of such another huge night for women's boxing. But yeah, two very different fights, I think.
Of the headbutt from the Serrano camp, what do you attribute those headbutts to? How did those happen, in your opinion?
It just happens sometimes when you're fighting against a southpaw, especially. The fighters come in close, and it just happens. I was completely accidental. I mean, they're calling me a dirty fighter or whatever, but that wasn't purposely done. Obviously, I'm in there fighting like she is, and it's a rough sport, and sometimes you get head clashes. You have to fight through those things. This is a fight game.
Katie, you know, obviously, after the fact, like it's this great moment. You've had this great fight, maybe even better than the first one. And then obviously Jordan kind of goes off in the ring. What was your reaction to what Jordan was saying?
I didn't even know what he was saying, to be honest. But I knew they were obviously complaining about the decision, but I really don't care. I'm standing here as a victor again. I fought her twice. I beat her twice. All the judges were in agreement. So I really couldn't care less what's been said about the fight. I'm standing here again. I'm 2-0 against Serrano, and I'm very happy.
Do it again?
If she wants, yeah, I have no problem doing it again.
And just, Eddie, what was it? Obviously, it's been a strange week for you. I mean, I know you would have liked to have been with Katie the whole week. Could you just talk to us about kind of the experience since you got to Texas?
Listen, we've had a great experience. It was an incredible show. Incredible show. I mean, look, you know, myself and Nikisa, look, you know, we had him and his team and family and us screaming and shouting throughout the fight. It's just emotion. It's just wanting to win, and it means a lot to both of us. So, you know, I had my opinions about the fight. It's done now, and it doesn't mean I'm right. It's just my opinion. But what we saw is, and I said to Nikisa in the ring, we saw an incredible promotion, an incredible event that had millions of eyeballs, particularly for me, so pleasing, on Katie Taylor and female boxing. So we're always going to be like that. But what they did was put on an incredible event, and this was, again, stole the show as the fight of the night and maybe one of the fights of the year. Katie was getting stitched up, so I didn't really get a chance to see too much of it. But, you know, it's done. And look, you saw what it did in there tonight, and I'm just glad both guys are okay.
Katie, incredible fight. I was lucky to be there at MSG first time around, and this one was just as special. So what is it about Amanda Serrano that makes it such a special fight between you two? Because every time you meet in the ring, it's just fireworks.
Yeah, I think...
Podcasters, ready to expand your listener base on YouTube? Finding it hard to stand out among the countless shows on YouTube?
Aggressive, doesn't take a backward step. She has a great chin as well, so it just ends up as a real war at times. She has a great will to win as well, like myself, and we're going to do whatever we can do to actually win the fight. So it just ends up being a classic war each time. Yeah, I'm just so happy to be sitting here as a winner again. I know they're complaining about the decision, but they're also complaining about the last decision as well. So I really couldn't care less about that. I'm just another win, another great performance, and we move on.
And is it true that you've agreed a trilogy?
Sorry?
Is it true that you've agreed a trilogy already? Or is that still in talks? No?
No.
And finally, Eddie, just for you, I know you showed loads of emotion at the end there. There's a big video of you going viral, going at it. What was the emotions like? What was going through your head at the time?
I just wanted her to win so bad, you know, and obviously we're the away team, if you like, and there's nothing like an away win. And, you know, we have been like that with MVP, and we respect what they've done. It's great, but that's just that's how it is. If they would have won, they would have gone absolutely mental, like me. I went mental. I made an idiot out of myself. I said to Nikisa, if I offended anyone, I apologise, but that's just what it meant to me. And I'm never going to not show that emotion, because the journey we've been on has just been incredible. And I wanted her to win so badly. And when we got the decision, which, you know, I worried if it was close, if we would get the decision. And also probably the build-up of a lot of big fights going against us. Madrimov against Crawford, close. Bivol Beterbiev, close. And it's like, when are we going to get the rub of the green in one of these big fights? And I thought we deserved it, and we got it, and it was just sweet as a nut.
Katie, congratulations again. I just want to ask you, Madison Square Garden, obviously you had all the Irish fans, sorry, on your left, Katie, over here. It's yours. In Madison Square Garden, you had all the Irish fans there, not so many in the arena tonight. How much does it mean to you to know you had the support of everyone back home in Ireland, your family as well, and how will it feel to come back to Ireland for Christmas, especially with the belts again?
Oh, amazing. I'm just super grateful for the support from the Irish people, back as an amateur boxer to now. And every single time I step into the ring, I try and represent my country so well. My family are all here with me, as they always are. They never ever miss a fight. So I'm just so proud to be an Irish woman and to represent such a great nation, and to be going home again for Christmas with all the belts and still undisputed champion. That's very, very sweet. Yeah.
Thank you, Katie Taylor. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
First of all, thank you to Netflix, an unbelievable partnership that started in November of 2023. We had a vision on what could be the biggest fight in history, and on Tuesday, with our partners at Netflix, we'll come out with the results of what tonight looked like. We had a gate of over $18.1 million, a record for the state of Texas, double what Canelo did when he fought here the last time post-pandemic, when demand for tickets was much higher. and it is the highest gate in boxing history in the U.S. outside of Las Vegas. And it happened with a young man who's 4 years in the sport, and a legend, an icon in Mike Tyson, who came back and, put on an amazing show. We actually exceeded Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor in terms of commercial establishments that paid to show the fight. So Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, new record holders. And with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Hey, Jake. Andreas from ESPN. Can you talk about the opening minutes when you see Mike cross the ring from you? He's giving his peekaboo style. He's coming forward. What were your initial thoughts? Because it seems surreal that you got in the ring with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I was just so prepared. I've gone through the moment so many times in my head and meditation and stuff like that. So it didn't faze me, and I just felt at home just because I'm on the path of riding my destiny. And when you're really close to God and on the path of your destiny, you just feel everything so much more, and you just know what's going to happen ahead of time.
Round 3, Mike seemed to be running out of gas a little bit. You were working the jab really well. At any point, did you start to take your foot off the gas just a little bit because you noticed he was tiring out?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
Did you feel Mike's power at all?
No.
He hit you with one, and you gave him the tongue.
Only because the crowd, got turned up, but it didn't actually hurt. But, no one's punches have, really hurt. I got buzzed a little bit against Tommy Fury, but that's about it. It didn't hurt, no. I was just off balance when Woodley hit me, but because I was throwing a check hook, and I missed, and then my chin was open, and then he hit me, and I went, whoa. But it didn't hurt.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Do you feel like it's time for people to accept you for who you are and not try to say, hey, you need to fight ranked fighters or fight for a belt or those kinds of things, and just accept what you bring to the sport? Because obviously, look what you did tonight.
Yeah, I think so, but people just love to hate me. I'm easy to hate, and I intentionally, say things to make people hate me. I play the heel. I feed into that, and that's just what I like to do, and that's what entertainment is. And at the end of the day, I started as a 17-year-old in Los Angeles in the entertainment business, but I've been in this sport for 4.5 years and have been so active, doing every event, taking any fight possible. So if people want to see more, or this challenge, or fight this person, whatever it is, my response to them is just give them a couple more months, because I'm going to accomplish more things in just a matter of months, and I plan on doing everything in this sport that there is to be done.
But just to be clear, right, he's fought UFC champions, he's fought boxing legends, and he's fought boxers that someone with his experience should fight, and he's knocked them out in the first round, right? He did that twice in a row before Mike Perry. He was fighting in front of 4,000 people last December in Orlando, knocking the dude out in the first round, but doing what traditional boxers do. And now he's here putting on the biggest show that boxing has seen in 40-plus years. There was a fighter who tried to bombard our press conference, former fighter, on Thursday, and it was ridiculous. That dude fought somebody that was 9-21 in their 12th fight. This young man who has 4 years in the sport, 3 years with MVP, he just fought the baddest man on the planet in front of 72,000 people on Netflix. And he took it all in and stepped up to the challenge. So to your question about what's next, he's going to do everything that he wants to do to become a world champion. But in the midst of that, he may do things that are crossover. He may do things that are smaller in nature. But that's his path to be the world champion.
AJ, congrats on the dub, and both of you, congrats on the good night. The crowd got a little restless toward the middle of the fights. We started hearing the boo birds. Reaction on social media isn't too great about the fight in general. Your reaction to that at all?
Yeah, man, thank you for everyone tuning in and coming. And, I tried to give the fight the best fight I possibly could. But when someone's just surviving in the ring, basically, it's hard to make it exciting. So I couldn't really get him to engage me or slip shots and, do something super cool or whatever. But I don't care about what people have to say. They're always going to have something to say, and that it is what it is.
The only way that people would have been happy is if Jake lost somehow, right? And that would have been like, oh, what a great fight. Mike's a legend. If he knocked out Mike Tyson, it would have been rigged. The fight went to 8 rounds. Oh, Mike wasn't trying. Oh, the fight wasn't, good enough. It was an unbelievable display between a 58-year-old legend and a 27-year-old relatively young boxer. And he actually outboxed the boxer. Jake Paul outboxed Mike Tyson like he said he was going to do. Did you not? Like every single
Facts.
round.
No, and yeah, like what do people say? Like I told everyone what I was going to do is to give him a boxing lesson. Ellie.
Oh, Jeremy.
Are you out of retirement? Bro, I haven't seen you in like a year or 2 years.
You got to invite me.
God damn, I miss you, Ellie.
I miss you too, but first of all, congratulations. Tremendous event, A to Z, one of the best events I've ever been to.
Thank
now,
you.
you called out Canelo in the ring. Trevonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Javante needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there a height limit in boxing?
What about you and Conor McGregor? Are you interested in that?
Yeah, he'll never do that though. He knows. He knows way, way, way.
One, he's
better
under
than me.
contract. And
He's
two,
not his own boss.
And two, he won't do it. He knows better. He might
And
say,
it's funny to say like, yo, Conor McGregor is scared of Jake Paul and will never box him, but it's the fucking truth. And look at him go toe to toe with Nate Diaz, who was easy work for me. It was like a Monday sparring session to beat Nate Diaz's ass. So he doesn't ever want the smoke with me. It won't ever happen.
we believe Canelo would do a cruiserweight fight. There's no way Conor does a cruiserweight fight with Jake Paul.
Jeremy Hecht here with Hip Hop DX and Uproxx. First of all, I just want to say, I know you get a lot of hate, but what I think you don't get enough credit for is proving to a lot of people that evolution and growth is the ultimate goal and that anything is possible. Like, if you look back at yourself making YouTube videos or Vines, to know that you're just boxed the biggest boxing match of all time against potentially the greatest boxer of all time, and you have a belt in front of you and you won, I just want to say that's inspiring to a lot of people. So I think you deserve a lot of credit. And then I would love to know, I'm just a big music fan, what is on your playlist pre-game? Did you listen to a specific song right before when you were training? Were there a few songs that got you to the point where you're the winner tonight?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend were listening to Olivia Rodrigo, and then listening to Mr. Saxo Beat was the team's like theme song for the training camp. But thank you for your kind words. And yeah, my goal is always to show kids, or even if someone's already older, that no matter what, in 4.5 years, I'm a living proof that you could start something and rise to the top of it just with hard work, commitment, and dedication.
All right, Jake, right here. Congratulations, man, on a good fight. I spoke to Andre Ward, Stephen Cordeiro, KO Art of Sports, by the way. I spoke to Andre Ward afterwards, and he said that he didn't want to come out and say that he thought you carried Mike, but he said that he kind of respected that you let him live a little bit, you know, that you didn't actually go for the finish. Would you agree with that? Did you carry Mike?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Yeah, like there was a point where, you know, I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever, and I could just tell, you know, his age was showing a little bit, and I just have so much respect for him. And that, like, violence war thing between us, like, after he slapped me, I wanted to, you know, be aggressive and take him down and knock him out and all that stuff, but that kind of went away as the rounds went on.
You want to talk about the last 3 weeks at all? I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
important to share.
Yeah, I 22 days ago, I completely sprained my ankle, completely tore the ligament, the anterior ligament, and like contusion, snapped the other side of my foot. Was on crutches for 4 or 5 days, and it just hindered the end of my training camp. I don't know how it didn't get leaked or anything like that, but it just made everything mentally more difficult to go into the ring with a sprained ankle, having to tape it up. And I missed about 2 weeks of sparring, so I really only sparred 1 or 2 times before this fight, and that's why my cardio didn't feel as good in there tonight. But you just roll with the punches and fight through those things.
Hi, I'm Robert for Dutch television. I had a question about Jutta. What does she mean to you, and what did she bring to you towards this fight, and what does it mean to you that she's here?
Yeah, I mean, she's the best woman in the world, and she's always supporting me, and she inspires me, and she works even harder than I do as an athlete, which makes me be on top of my game. And I know she's going to be world champion and win Olympic gold, and so I need to win the world championship belt as well. And she just has brought the best out of me as a human, so that's when you know you have someone special.
Thank you.
Any questions about Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor that we can address at all? I would like to point out that the betting markets in the 10th round had it as minus 350 for Amanda to win. So the sports book had a minus 350 in the 10th round that Amanda Serrano was going to win the fight.
Yeah, Medicaid question right here. Nikisa, I don't know, Jake, did you get a chance to watch the fight? Were you able to watch it back there?
I was like watching bits and pieces of it. It was hard to fight because I was warming up, or hard to watch because I was warming up.
I know you watched it. What were your thoughts? I mean, there was a point deducted, the headbutts. Amanda still loses on every scorecard by 1 round. What is your overall thoughts of the fight?
I thought in the first round, if there was like 15 seconds left, Katie Taylor was dropped and done. If you look at the replay, she was dazed, didn't know where she was. I thought Katie implemented her game plan well, but it was a dirty fight. She used her head to lead every single minute of every round. And Amanda, did her best to fight back, but she was at a disadvantage. And the ref didn't stop the headbutts. He took a point away way too late, and she continued to do the headbutting, continued to do the holding.
Do you want to see the media rematch for this?
We want to do whatever Amanda wants to do. She's got to take a little bit of time and see what makes sense for her to do next.
Have you talked to Amanda, and how does she feel about what happened tonight?
Just felt that, the ref didn't protect her. The ref didn't put her in a position to win. And they should have taken away more than 1 point for what that woman was doing in the ring tonight.
Question for Jake. Obviously, Amanda coming off a very, very close loss. Did that affect you at all going out straight after that? Seeing your kind of training partner or teammate lose?
Yeah, it's always a weird feeling in the locker room when that happens. But yeah, I feel for Amanda, and I can have a moment, 5 seconds where I'm like, damn, I'm sending her love and energy, but I then have to immediately get back focused.
After you break so many records after a major event like this, is it hard to top? Has Nikisa, have you already got a plan in mind how to break the records again?
We always find a way. But yeah, just credit to us. There may never be another moment like this in boxing. It's rare to come by, but I believe we can find something, and I think there are a few names out there that make sense that the events will be just as big.
Look, boxing is ebbs and flows, ups and downs, big events, small events, medium-sized events, wins and sometimes losses, right? He lost a year and a half ago, even though he knocked him down, against Tommy Fury. And now he put on the biggest event boxing has seen in 25 years. So our philosophy is it's not about what is the decision that happens in the ring. It's about the attitude that you have and the product that you create and how you entertain the fans. And there's no more entertaining of an athlete than Jake Paul.
Jake, what are you going to do about the bets with Neeraj and Katie? Are you going to let them off?
We never made it official. I think it was all just in light of entertainment and trying to make some fun and sell in fights.
But do you think the fact that so many boxers went with Mike, is that because of the stature he has within that
I don't care. I would have went with Mike too. I love Mike, so I just play a character a lot of times and just to sell fights and shit. So
Just a question for, I guess, Nikisa, but also Jake a little bit. Obviously, the numbers on Netflix way probably above what you were expecting, right? Like a massive viewership, and obviously at points it even crashed going into it. What's the kind of the feeling behind the scenes with how much of a success this show was on Netflix?
Where everyone's ecstatic. Everyone at Netflix, like, shout out to them. Amazing partners, amazing people. Couldn't be happier with our partnership and how everything went. I think it's 6 times the numbers that I thought. But the numbers are still coming in, so it could be more than that. But
the plan is at some point next week.
Bigger than the Super Bowl.
We'll release the numbers next week.
Is it safe to say that the
Netflix crashed, yeah. But shout out to the Netflix engineers. We love you. They fixed it right away, and yeah, shout out to them.
Does it say a lot more people watched than they watched Floyd Mayweather against Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather against Conor McGregor? A lot more people.
Is it safe to say you smashed that record that you were looking at, which was, I think, like that NFL game on Peacock for the largest streaming of it?
Smash. Not even close. But we'll put the numbers out on Tuesday.
Jake, excuse me, Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype. I just wanted to ask you, Jake, you know, we saw Eddie Hearn celebrate after Katie's victory. Do you accept that as just like human emotion, or do you find it off-putting as another promoter to see a promoter in the ring celebrate like that, his jubilation after the victory?
I didn't see it. But yeah, man, it's passion. Obviously, every promoter wants their fighter to win.
Same question for you, Nikisa.
Yeah, I mean, look, we had a policy that no promoters were coming in the ring for this event, and there was probably like a month of continuous emails through different parts of our team trying to get them extra credentials and to allow Eddie to be in the ring with Katie, but I never heard it from Katie or Katie's team. They not once said to us, we really want Eddie in the ring. So when they continued until today, I finally said, is it what Katie wants? And Katie said, yes, I'd love for Eddie to be in the ring. And immediately I said, absolutely, no problem. How he conducted himself in the ring, that's not how we conduct ourselves, but that's okay. He showed emotion. She won a very close fight. No problem. We move on. One more question? No, I mean, look, Eddie's been defaming us for the past month and a half. He's a recognized figure in the sport of boxing, right? We're new to boxing. We created this company 3 years ago. He has been saying that this event was a circus, it was bad, we don't care about the sport, that, you know, all it is about the money, it's a stain on the sport. But he's still coming here and asking us to be in our ring.
I was just working like a dead-end job, really. And finally, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Period. Not once.
Hey, Jake, Jeff Zimmerman, FightNews.com. Congratulations. We love the big fights here in Dallas. Keep bringing them back. You said you still have the goal of being a world champion, and it seems like you're getting better every fight. What does that timeline look like to fight for a title, do you think?
Thank you. And yeah, I think it could happen in the next 24 months. I truly, truly believe in my skills and my ability and my power. And the cruiserweight division is seemingly open for the taking on that timeline. And I believe that I can become a world champion and do it within 6 years of starting to learn how to throw a fucking jab. So I think it'll be the greatest sports story ever, and I know it's going to happen.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate the support.
All right, guys. So I'm in my hotel room in New York City, and I just finished watching Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. Seriously, I watched Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul. I watched Mike Tyson fight Jake Paul for 8 2-minute rounds, and I was locked in. You know what the craziest thing about this whole situation? And honestly, the production value and everything on Netflix was tremendous. But as we got closer, we got more interested in this fight. Honestly, everybody was watching this fight because Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. You know, I was texting Rogan earlier, and I was like, I cannot resist the urge to watch it. He said, I'm going right now to watch the fight. We can't miss Mike Tyson compete. I think, though, that the wool was pulled over our eyes, right? We watched Mike do all these things, and we watched Mike in training, and you get the idea that he had a chance, but he really didn't have a chance to beat this kid tonight. And it showed very early. Fight starts. Mike gets forward, lands a beautiful jab that rocks Jake. And I think immediately that made Jake realize that he couldn't be reckless against him. But then as time went on, he realized that that threat was not as present as he might have thought. That first jab was probably the best punch Mike landed the entire fight. You know, Jake Paul, the boxer, is much better than people want to give him credit for. But I don't know that this does anything for that, because he fought a 58-year-old man. He fought a 58-year-old man to a decision. That 58-year-old man comes out on the other side looking pretty good, if you ask me. He looked like you would expect a 58-year-old man to look in a professional boxing match. To their credit, they actually fought. It did not look like either of them was taking anything off of their punches. It did not look like this thing was staged. They put 72,000 people in that arena. They put 72,000 people in that arena to watch that fight. That's a crazy number. Crazy number. You don't anticipate that happens. Wow, I did some shit to my iPad there. It was like following me and shit. It was actually pretty cool, man. I'll use it more. But I didn't expect the crowd. I didn't know what a live sporting event would look like on Netflix. That was very good. The one thing I did know, though, was that Mike Tyson would be in over his head. You know, I watched the training footage and I bought into it, but then you realize the pads don't punch back, right? I could probably look pretty good on pads. I can't fight as I used to. It's unfortunate that we thought Mike Tyson could fight as he used to, when in reality, that was never truly a thing. He wasn't going to fight in that way. You could see his mind telling him, move your head, Mike, and he looked good. But while he was moving his head and that looked familiar, the legs just didn't move. And that is what used to make him so special, because while he was doing the teeter-totter, his legs were moving too, and everything was moving fast into his opponent. So he was not only threatening with his hands, he was threatening with his posture. He doesn't have that anymore. Jake landed some good jabs. Jake landed a couple good right hands. And for as good as they were, and we have seen Jake knock much younger guys down and out with those shots, Mike took them well. Mike also weighed 228 pounds. Jake weighed 227. So you're watching him fight somebody more. Oh, his size. You're watching him fight somebody more his size. which I think made a difference. But again, it's like, what are we going to do in regards to Jake Paul in his boxing career? What are we going to do in regards to Jake Paul and his boxing career? Because he's proven time and time again he can sell an event, right? We saw that with Tyron. We saw that with Anderson. We saw that with Mike Perry. No matter who he fights, it's going to be big. Not Mike Tyson big, because we saw other guys sell 18,000. Against Mike Tyson, he sold 71,000 seats. But is this going to be a real career? Because how long can we truly just do these fights that ultimately don't matter? And realistically, when you do these fights, wow, they are fun. They really don't do much to help a sport that needs everything. Every big thing should be done to help. When Francis Ngannou fought Tyson Fury to a decision, I said boxing lost. Every time we allow for Jake to kind of roll out there and put on these types of fights, it's not the best look for the sport of boxing. It really isn't. And I'm not hating on Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is a much better boxer. People give him credit for. But I mean, how could he not be? Kid's a millionaire that's training with high-level coaches. His coach used to be at Kronk Gym. He was a fucking guy that was trained under Emmanuel Stewart. He's getting the best of the best in preparation for these fights, but not necessarily fighting the best guys. I think we should tip our hat to Mike Tyson for going 8 rounds with a guy much younger, much fresher. We saw Mike take shots like that before, and when he lost his fighting spirit, he just wouldn't get back off the stool. Excuse me. He's in a much better place today. We saw Jake Paul beat an old man. I don't think there's another 60-year-old man that could be out there and do what Mike Tyson did. Mike wasn't even ready to say he's retired. He needs to be done. He needs to be done. He should not fight again. There's no reason. I heard he made $20 million. That's enough. You're making a ton of money on your weed business. You're making a ton of money in everything else you do, and you made $20 million in one night. It's enough. You don't need to fight no more. We all remember the guy that we all fell in love with as children. And that is why the idea started that he might win. But again, when you watch him in that state tonight, you don't think about that anymore. You know that he's an older guy that we all love, but we all want to love and watch him in retirement because he's earned that. Mike Tyson's earned it. For Jake Paul, he needs to take a real fight. A real fight. Another big, strong boxer, but someone that's not older. Someone that we're not fighting for name cliche. Essentially, that fight tonight was about taking Mike's cliche, taking Mike's ability to draw people into the arena, the celebrities in that place was crazy. But again, all these people are of the generation that knows who Mike Tyson used to be. It's not that guy anymore. And we can't force it as much as we may want to. You know, all in all, I thought the product was good. I think the product was good. I think the fights need to be better. The fights have got to be better if we want boxing, as boxing fans, to ultimately get back to where it was, and it held such a strong place in our hearts. So Jake Paul needs to fight somebody real. He needs to fight someone very, very real. Or I'm tuning out. I watched tonight for Mike Tyson. I really did. With the hope that he would knock him out. If I'm telling you the God honest truth. But at the end of the day, he needs to fight somebody real. Before I go, Roy Jones Jr. and Morrow. Morrow, that's my guy. Roy Jones can't try to prove he's right about Mike biting the glove and playing with the mouth guard. It's just not that important. And as a broadcast team, you can't be in direct conflict with each other like that, especially when you guys are working for a company where they're rolling out a new product. And Morrow handled it beautifully. Hey, Roy, you're a Hall of Fame and world champion. I'm not trying to get into an argument with you, but I know Morrow. He probably watched 30 fights from Mike Tyson's career as he was in preparation for that. So if he's saying that that's been a tick, probably a tick. You don't need to be right all the time because you're the better person in the sport that you call it. You guys are rolling out a brand new product. Roy needed to let that go. Just let it go. It's not that big a deal. Because if you let it go, I wouldn't be going, you can't do that on a broadcast. You're rolling out a brand new product. Don't let that point be the reason that Netflix goes, I want somebody else in that seat the next time. All in all, pretty good, though. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the walks. I enjoyed the build. I enjoyed the crowd. I love the energy. But next time, give me a real fight, and let's see what happens. All right, guys. That was perfect. Tomorrow morning, we're up early. UFC 309 goes down. Till next time, guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. Jake Paul can always say he beat Mike Tyson. That is just criminal. Unbelievable.
We made USAA for homeowners who like being ready. That's why we have safety tips for things like fires.
Yo, Colby, what'd you think, man?
Shit, what did I think?
Yeah.
You know, I love seeing Mike out there doing what he loves to do. It's his passion. But I don't know. I think Jake looked a little soft tonight. He don't look like a real boxer, a pro boxer that's been training the last 10 years. So, you know, he needs to come see me one day. A guy that's in his prime that's going to walk him down and have that cardio. So.
Did you expect him to knock Mike Tyson out tonight?
I did, yeah. I thought, you know, Mike's a little bit older. You know, he had a problem. You know, they had to push back the first fight because, you know, he had like a stroke on a plane or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
also.
man, I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy tonight. So, super happy. Everything went well, and you know, it was a spectacle. All the fans enjoyed the show.
You want to fight Jake Paul?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd love to fight him. He's talked a lot of shit about me in the past. I'd love to see him back it up. For sure, I'm definitely. That's all I've been practicing the last couple of years, just straight boxing, man. Boxing and wrestling. So I know I can mix up the hands and implement that Tyson Fury style where I really just drag on you, I wear on you, and I just get in the clinch and dirty box and just put the pressure on. No one can keep up with me. That's why they call me the cardio king.
Yes, sir. What happens if you fight Jake? How do you knock him out?
Just pressure, you know, get him tired. Look, he don't like to fight in the pocket. He likes to sit back, 1-2. You know, he sit back, 1-2, 1-2. That's all he's got. He ain't got shit. A little bit of a hook, but I walk him down, I get in the pocket, I wear on him, I dirty box him, and I finish him inside 8 for sure.
All right. How do you see the main event tomorrow night with John Jones?
You know, I think, I hope Stipe wins, man. I love first responders. God bless all the first responders out there that are keeping our nation safe. I hope Stipe gets it done and shocks the world.
You think he does it, though?
Do I think he does it? I don't know. I guess we're going to see. You know, he's a little bit older as well. He's 42. It's a little bit past his time, but, you know, got to respect the guy. He's the heavyweight go to the UFC.
I know he has to get that win, but do you think Tom Aspinall's the guy to beat John Jones?
For sure. John's scared of him. He's ducking him, man. He don't want to fight fucking Tom Aspinall. That's why he's like, oh, I'll vacate the title. I'll fight the number 10 guy. He's fucking scared. Why do people think John Jones is a GOAT? He literally destroyed his legacy by ducking Tom Aspinall. The guy's a fucking bitch. He's a coward, and he's a woman beater. He beat his fucking wife. Fuck you, John Jones.
All right. Thank you, Colby. Appreciate it.
I message Trump. God bless you. Love you, fucking 47, 45. I'm going to see you at Mar-a-Lago, son. Thank you for everything you've done to support me. Thank you for signing my fucking MAGA hat. I mean, there's only... Yeah, you signed it for me. It's 1 in 8 fucking MAGA signed hats in the world. There's only 8 of them. So God bless President Trump. It's about to be the best 4 years ever. Even the Democrats that hate him, they're about to prosper under his fucking nation. He's gonna secure our border. He's gonna fucking lower inflation, lower taxes, and everybody in America is gonna be fucking prosperous again.
Hey, Clarissa, what up? You look nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Champ, look, I got to ask you, first and foremost, obviously, about this Mike Tyson fight. What did you think about it? Were you happy with Mike's performance?
Listen, I love Mike Tyson,
he can do no wrong in my eyes. Him getting inside the ring and everything just brought me so much joy to be able to see with my own eyes. I mean, yeah, of course you want to see Mike Tyson knock somebody out, but he's 58, man, and I'm just happy I got to witness it tonight, and he's the baddest man on the planet to me, still. Okay, still baddest man on the planet.
Do you think Jake took it a little easy on him?
Nah, I think Jake was trying to set him up for the okie doke. He was trying to play. Yeah, he was going down here, and then come on, talk to me. Talk to me. He wasn't no taking it easy. Now people keep forgetting that Jake is not that experienced of a boxer. So what all can he actually do? But he was trying to get him here, and then he did touch him up top.
Show us on Derek how he did it.
I have my purse.
Yeah. Oh, look, gladly. This is a dope purse.
Fuck everybody. This one really is.
Yeah, he goofy. Don't you worry about him. He goofy. Keep going.
You trying to get that fight.
Well, those girls are too small. I would have to go to 47 or 54. I can make 54. I've never made 47. Oh, you talking about Jake? Man, now listen.
Hey, Derek, you can't talk your way out this work she about to give you, though. We was trying to see that.
Come on now.
What you don't want to see. This what you got to realize. I know how to take things away from fighters.
Okay.
So what would you would have took away from Jake tonight?
Everything.
I'm saying, like, if you was coaching Mike, what would you would have done? Like, what would you would have
I
told
would
him
have
to
worked
do?
with Mike on the football first of all.
Cutting the ring off.
Yeah.
There you go. I knew that.
Because you couldn't really ever something, and then really squares up the whole thing. Yeah.
Sometimes this one come in the front.
Let me ask y'all both something. Did the right person win the fight between Serrano and Taylor?
Now, I put my binoculars on today, and I watched the fight through these clear lenses that makes me get closer to the ring.
Expert eyes.
I thought Amanda had the bigger shots in the middle and the beginning of the fight, but who landed the better shots, who did the countering, who had better defense, it was Katie Taylor. I knew the fight was going to be close, but once the headbutt happened, I mean, Katie got real smart, kept aiming for the cut, throwing big hooks at the cut. Amanda defense up top was not together to where she just walked there and stalked her down. And Jordan, the same ones that I got on.
Yup, those same ones. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, them 11.
So she walked her down, and she was trying, but Katie fought off the back foot. She countered, she circled her. Amanda did not cut off the ring. I think that Katie won the fight by a hair. It is what it is. Like, I wanted Amanda to win. Like, on this big stage, and the MVP is putting all this promotion and money behind her, and she's getting her recognition. You want to win on these big stages. But as savage as she is, and she fought through a cut and headbutt and all this stuff, she did not win the fight to me. And I'm not a hater because I flew myself out here, paid for my own ticket.
Ooh.
Like,
got this nice purse.
I was here to support the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And women's boxing won tonight, but if you ask me, my personal opinion, I thought Katie edged it by just a little bit because she is very strategic. She stuck to the game plan. She won rounds, even though her body language, and she was tired as hell from round 6, maybe to 10. She just would explode with those 5 punches and land every one because Amanda doesn't have good defense. I mean,
you had some dirty.
I think the headbutts happened the same way in the first fight, and I don't think that Katie did it on purpose. She was trying to avoid big shots. She almost got dropped the first round. But still, we have to control our heads and be better. But she didn't stop fighting after the cut. She fought through it. And look, Amanda is a savage, man. She's such a legend in my eyes. 7-time division world champion. She's
2-0 Taylor. Is it worth seeing again because both fights were so close?
It is worth seeing again, in my opinion, and they be the main event on their own card and carry women's boxing that way. But it's going to be some of the same again.
Let me ask something about you, Clarissa. Did you see any of your friends at 140 or 147 today? Because some of them were here.
I seen Michaela Mayer. I seen Jenny Fuchs. I seen, I think that's it.
Okay, which one of you guys wants to fight Jake Paul next? If you have the opportunity?
Y'all all know that I want to smoke.
Any words with Michaela, Clarissa?
I know I could. But I'm not in there. Would you fight?
Come on, don't ask me nothing stupid. You know I want to smoke.
Hate YouTube ads? You need this Chrome extension. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. This Chrome extension.
What y'all think about it? What y'all think about it? Walking back to the hotel. I ain't waiting on no ride. Look at this traffic. We ain't gonna never get there. Hotel right there. We walking back. What y'all think about the fight? Y'all thought Mike was gonna get him? Talk to me.
I don't know, kids. I thought they were up here, but
What, Ben? Why you saying, bro? What? Look, man, y'all had to know, like, y'all got to do the math. Like, you know, I get it, man. Mike is Mike, right? We all want Mike. Hold on, man. Oh, we got time. I ain't trying to get hit in this crosswalk. Mike is Mike. Mike's going to talk the talk. He going to have a look in his eyes, going to make you believe, you know. I'm right there with you on that. But, like, man, I hope y'all just enjoy the situation and the fight for what it was. Good undercard, great co-main event. They stole the show. That was really the main event. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was not a highway robbery. Let's not do that to the ladies. I understand it. People overreacting because Katie Taylor got the first fight when people didn't think she deserved it, so they're like, it's a highway robbery, but we can't say in the same breath that it's a fight of the year candidate, but then say it's a robbery, because the fight of the year candidate is a back and forth type of situation. So we can't have it both ways. It's a great fight. Maybe Amanda eked it out, especially with the point deduction. Can't say it's a robbery though. Y'all keep talking about me fighting Jake Paul, man. Keep talking about that. Huh? I'm an old man now. I've been retired 7 years. I ain't touched the boxing gym in 7 years. Why y'all want me to fight Jake? Gotta say my name, though. I can't even entertain it. You gotta say my name. Ain't nobody said my name in 7 years. There's a reason for that. You gotta say my name. We might be able to talk about it. Maybe something I can think about, but it's time that bro start, you know, he got to fight somebody that's a real threat, because we know he can sell. We know all of that. But what he's after is legitimacy. He's trying to legitimize himself. And Canelo don't take that fight, which he said he wasn't going to do it, man. You got to fight somebody that's going to give you some clout, whether you win or lose. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all don't be disappointed, man. Mike got in tip-top shape. The language wasn't, I mean, not the language, but the legs wasn't, you know, all the way there. The legs wasn't all the way there. Reflexes ain't all the way there. But that's to be expected, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, man, respect Mike for getting in tip-top shape. You know, respect both of them for putting on this kind of event, man, because the event was